Lykosoura, the place of the wolf. Arcadia in southern Greece is known for its beauty and long history. But what if this land carries a memory far older than recorded time itself? The people of Arcadia once called themselves Proselyni, those who existed before the moon. Ancient authors repeat this claim with striking consistency. They say the Arcadians lived on Earth before the moon hung in the sky, before time was measured in months, before the heavens were fully ordered. Apollonius of Rhodes writes that before the stars were fixed in their courses, the Arcadians already existed. Could this truly have been the case? Could human memory reach back to a time before the moon entered our sky? And if so, what secrets might such a landscape still be holding? High in the mountains of Arcadia lies Lykosoura, a place so ancient that the traveller Pausanias called it the oldest city the sun ever saw. Not merely the oldest city in Greece, but the first city ever illuminated by the sun itself. Before the islands were settled, before cities spread across the mainland, Lykosoura already existed. Ancient tradition says it was here that humanity first learned how to live together in cities. Yet, Lykosoura was no ordinary city. It had no walls, no empire, no ambition to rule. Lykosoura was a mystery center, and at its heart stood the sanctuary of Despina, the mistress. Who was this goddess, and why did seekers come here to be initiated into her mysteries? Her true name was never spoken out loud. It was revealed only to the initiated. Her image, when shown, was always veiled, adorned with animals and mythic figures. Despina did not belong to public worship. She belonged to what was hidden. She was the daughter of Demeter and Poseidon, an older Arcadian Poseidon, god of earthquakes and horses. She was born from transformation, pursuit, and the land itself. Despina was not an Olympian goddess of clarity, order, or proclamation. She belonged to the pre-Olympian chthonic stratum of the Greek religion. Powers felt rather than named, experienced rather than explained. Her fertility was untamed. The overgrowing of forests, the animals breeding without restraint, life erupting without moral framing. She is chthonic, but not merely underworld in the Hades sense. She governs womb-like depths, caverns, fault lines, and the unseen pressures beneath the land. The interior of the earth is where things gestate, where decay becomes renewal, where instability originates. Despina is the power beneath the ground that sustains and threatens the surface world at the same time. Unlike Olympian gods who speak through oracles, laws, and myths, Despina does not speak. Her silence means that truth is not explained, knowledge is not handed over, and understanding comes only through endurance, not instruction. Initiates did not hear Despina, they underwent her. Silence is sacred here because language tames, naming limits, and speech makes things manageable. Despina resists being made manageable. She evokes fear. She does not soothe. She does not reassure. She does not promise salvation. In her cultic context, fear is not punishment, but initiation. It destabilizes identity, shocks the soul with encounter of something older and stronger than the self, and reminds one that not all divine power is benevolent. This fear breaks complacency, strips away illusion, and forces transformation. Comfort belongs to gods of order. Vespina belongs to truth before order. Life before it is civilized, power before it is moralized, knowledge before it is spoken, the sacred before it is comforting. She governs the threshold where humans confront what they cannot control, name, or soften, and are changed by surviving that encounter. The place brings ancestral energies, primal instincts, and buried memories into the light, demanding confrontation and integration. This is why visiting places like Lykosoura feels less like worship and more like a test, a journey into the hidden, a confrontation with the forces that shape the human soul. But the region holds even greater wonders. Rising beside Lykosoura is Mount Lycaon, the mountain of Zeus. Some call it Olympus, others the sacred peak. Here, Zeus is not yet the ruler of marble temples. He is Lycaon Zeus, a god of storm, oath, and fear. High on Mount Lycaon lay a precinct no one dared enter. It was said that anyone who crossed its boundary would not live beyond a year, and that everything inside it cast no shadow. People did not avoid it out of superstition. To cross the boundary was to step from human space into divine space. This did not necessarily mean immediate physical death. In archaic Greek thought, death could also signify a loss of identity, removal from social time, transformation into something other. To cross the threshold was to become unfit to return to ordinary life. This precinct represents a place where nature becomes God, where law dissolves, and where time collapses. The warning was not do not enter or be punished, but rather do not enter unless you are prepared to stop being what you are. Lykosoura actually means the place of the wolf. The name comes from the Greek lykos, meaning wolf. In Arcadian religion, the wolf is not merely an animal, it is a threshold creature, wild yet social, feared yet revered, hunter, protector, and destroyer. To call a place of the wolf marks it as a zone where human civility thins and older instincts rise to the surface. Lykosoura is therefore not a settlement in the ordinary sense. It is a landscape of transformation. The tale of Lycaon, king of Arcadia, serves as a warning. Lycaon attempted to deceive Zeus by serving him human flesh, but instead was transformed into a wolf. The crime was not cannibalism alone, it was disrespecting the divine. Here, the divine is not morality, it is cosmic order itself. Greek religion does not demand that the wild be suppressed, does not demand that the wild be destroyed or denied. It teaches that it must be encountered consciously. If the wild overwhelms you, you become Lycaon. If you face it with reverence, discipline, and awareness, you are initiated. But are there more mysteries waiting to be unveiled in Arcadia? Even the word itself carries hidden meaning. Arcadia can be read as an anagram of Arcadia, the Greek word for heart, the myths of Lykosoura and Despina unfold in the heart of the land, the symbolic heart of the soul. Visiting Lykosoura is an initiation of the heart, a confrontation with primal truths, a journey into courage, and an opening to the sacred wisdom that flows through the land. This initiation is not for the faint-hearted. As Heraclitus wrote, the hidden harmony is stronger than the obvious. At sites like Lycaon and Lykosoura, the surface may appear empty, silent, even threatening. Nothing happens in the ordinary sense, yet beneath that stillness, ancient forces are aligned. Human and divine tensions are held in balance. Transformation becomes possible. Initiation does not reveal harmony through explanation. It forces you to feel it. What seems frightening, silent, or chaotic conceals a deeper order beneath. To stand too close to the divine is dangerous, not because it is evil, but because it strips away illusion. Those who cross such thresholds are changed, not by punishment, but by truth. Liberation comes only after awareness. Here, among stones older than memory, in the shadow of gods older than Olympus, the visitor emerges changed, not merely having seen history, but having stepped into the currents that shaped the human soul itself.